Over the past 3 years, I've been on a journey to create for myself a life that I'd love. And of course, a journey to make some money. And I've been reading a lot. I thought that if I read all of these books, then I'd become as smart as Warren Buffett and I'd be able to sail off into the sunset retired. And I think this really surprised me. But what I learned was not something that I expected to learn. And obviously, I haven't seen great success yet. But at least I've realized something. Yo, what's going on everyone? I hope that you're doing well. For today's Cup of Coffee, I'll be talking about 5 key learnings that I picked up over 3 years of reading books on how to make money. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1. The Millionaire Fastlane. When I first heard about The Millionaire Fastlane, I didn't even go for the book. I thought that the title was really clickbaity and I tend to avoid that stuff. But wow, do I wish that someone just told me to shut up, sit down and read, because this book is so worth it. So according to MJ DeMarco, the author of the book, there are 3 main ways to gain financial independence. There's the sidewalk, the slow lane and the fast lane. Most people that you see in the world today are sidewalkers. They spend all their money the second they get paid. As a result, sidewalkers are the kind of people who look rich, but they're only one paycheck, one poor season, or one financial disaster away from being completely broke. Sidewalkers play the status game in life, where every move that they make is to show that they're wealthy, even though in reality it might be something different. One step ahead of the sidewalk is the slow lane. The slow lane is what happens when a sidewalker starts taking accountability and responsibility for their actions. In today's world, the norm is like this. We head to school to study for 12 years, then we head to college to study for another 4 years, rack up massive student loan debt, then work a corporate job to pay off that student loan debt until we finally have to retire. The big problem with this path is not that it is slow. The issue is that it is completely dependent on time passing over. That's the issue. You're not in control of the slow lane. Time is. If you look at the middle class anywhere in the world, you will see the slow lane mentality. But let me stop you right there. Just because everyone's doing something doesn't mean that it is well suited for you. The third lane to financial freedom is the fast lane. What comes to your mind when I say that I know a way for you to get rich quickly? It almost seems like I'm selling you some kind of scammy online course, doesn't it? Am I lying to you? No, I'm not. Allow me to give you some context. I said get rich quick, not easy. When most people say that they want to get rich quick, what they actually mean is that they want to get rich easy. They do not want to put in the work that is required to get you to that point. However, when you're in the fast lane to financial freedom, your goal is to get rich quickly. It doesn't mean you're going to do it overnight, but over a 5 to 7 year period. People in the fast lane also accept that doing something like this is going to take a lot of work. You are trying to achieve what a slow lane person will achieve in 40 years in a period of 5 to 7 years. But that is exactly what the fast lane is. A business strategy where you use leverage to create systems that will eventually create the lifestyle that you want. The ideas in the Millionaire Fast Lane are so powerful that even if you're not interested in starting your own business, there is so much for you to learn. Now, speaking of books where there is actually so much for just about anybody to learn, next up on our list, we have The Intelligent Investor. Guys, so there's actually a reason why The Intelligent Investor will make it to every single top 10 book list that I will ever create. And that's because of the learnings that I picked up from this book. Even though The Intelligent Investor is actually a book on investing in the market, some of the ideas in this book are so powerful that they even apply to day-to-day human psychology and even controlling our impulses. Imagine that you have a business partner named Mr. Market. This guy is an extremely emotional character. Every day he does some analysis about the value of your business and he offers to buy your share or sell you his share at a specific price. On some days, Mr. Market is in a euphoric mood, willing to pay a high price for your share. And on other days, he's despondent and wants to sell you his share at a very low price. The most important takeaway is that Mr. Market's mood swings do not necessarily reflect the true value of the business. They are driven by emotions, news and sentiment. A wise businesswoman would not be swayed by Mr. Market's daily fluctuations in emotions and would instead focus on the fundamentals of her business. If Mr. Market offers to buy your share at an exorbitantly high price, then you probably should sell. And if he wants to sell you a share for a deeply discounted price, you should consider buying. However, you should never let Mr. Market's moods dictate your investment strategy. The analogy of Mr. Market can be applied to various aspects of life beyond just investing. Understanding that market sentiments are temporary, like Mr. Market's moods, can help us maintain perspective and not make impulsive decisions based on fleeting feelings. In the modern world, we are bombarded with a constant stream of information, news, and opinions through various media channels. This information is often biased, leading to emotional reactions. You need to realize that not all data is important, and you don't need to be connected 24/7. This will help you filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters. Title number 3, and I'm sorry I don't have a hard copy, but Think and Grow Rich. Here's another book that has sold so many copies. Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill, was first published back in 1937. The author starts off the book by saying that he's interviewed thousands of people who have experienced success, and he's also met with the richest man at that time, Andrew Carnegie. From all of these interactions, Napoleon Hill has learned the true secret to success, and he's going to tell it to us. You are led to believe that the author possesses some kind of physical secret that he will deliver to you during the book. But as the book wears on, you realize that Napoleon Hill is actually talking about developing a mindset for success. And I have to be very honest, I didn't get it at first. But as I progressed through this YouTube journey, I've always found that a positive mindset is extremely powerful. There is a reason why this book is a top seller. And the reason is that in order to be successful in life, you need to understand and adopt a positive mindset. Think and Grow Rich has the ability to empower you when you're feeling down and keep you motivated when you've been knocked over. Moving on from mindset, I have two extremely simple yet extremely effective books that you just cannot afford to skip. The Richest Man in Babylon and The Psychology of Money. The Richest Man in Babylon was initially a series of parables that were distributed by US banks and insurance companies in the early 1920s. That's right, it was right before the Great Depression. But now, these parables serve as a starting point for anyone who wants to build wealth and create success in their lives. The parables are told by a fictional character called Arcad, a poor scribe who became the richest man in Babylon. A core part of Arcad's advice is around paying yourself first, living within your means, investing in what you know, and most importantly, long-term savings. I read this book for the first time when I was probably 16 or 17, but the takeaways were explained so effectively that even a complete novice was able to learn from it. Once you're done reading The Richest Man in Babylon, you must read The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel is a book that explores the complex and often irrational relationship between people and money. This book taught me that there's actually so much more to life than just earning a lot of money. Morgan Housel actually challenges the common conception that greater wealth leads to greater happiness, and he actually suggests that financial contentment can be achieved with a lot less than people actually believe. Throughout the book, real life stories and examples are used. There's a reason why this book is always a bestseller on Amazon. Speaking of authors who know what they're talking about, the last and definitely most important book of this entire list is The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I guess I always had a vague idea of what the value of time was, but it was through the 4-Hour Workweek that I actually assigned a value to my time, and I decided to focus on things that I'm good at. Before reading this book, I felt like I was trying to be everything for everyone. And even though I was able to handle being that person, the stresses would constantly keep burning me out. It was clear that by the end of each day, I was tired and drained out. Frankly speaking, the systems that I had in place for getting things done barely existed. It was after reading The 4-Hour Workweek that I began to declutter, delegate, upskill myself, and focus on getting a few high-value tasks done each day. If you want to actually see how powerful this book has been, check out my video from around 7 months ago when I had actually reviewed the book for the first time. It is truly a life changer if you can implement the ideas that it teaches. I do understand for each person watching this video, reality is definitely different. My reality definitely cannot be applied to your world. However, if you take the ideas from the 4-Hour Workweek and you try to implement them in your day-to-day life, you will see such a tremendous change in results. So these are the biggest lessons that I learned by reading over 50 books on how to make money. Mind you, there's a lot of gold that just couldn't make it into this video, otherwise I'd be talking for days. But here are a few honorable mentions. One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch, Coffee Can Investing and Diamonds in the Dusk by Saurabh Mukherjee, The Snowball, Warren Buffett and the Business of Life, I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, and The Most Important Thing by Howard Marks. That's a lot of books, isn't it? But anyways, I've condensed the learnings of nearly 50 books and 3 years of reading into a 15-minute video. And if you want to dig any deeper, I'd suggest that you head over to Amazon and check out each of these books individually. Before we go, I'd like to leave you with this thought. Building a business or building your investment portfolio is a bit like building a skyscraper. There's a lot of different skills and work that need to be done. But every now and then, the most important part is just letting the concrete set, harden and dry up. More often than not, you'll find yourself chasing after the latest hot stock or fast money when neither really exists. If there's one thing that I've learned from all this reading, is that in all honesty, there is no shortcut to success. If there was a secret formula to be the next Warren Buffett, then honestly, everyone would do it. And at that point, this secret formula had ceased to be secret anymore. Thanks for watching, dear friends. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like for the channel. If you didn't, it's cool. Until we meet again, this is Filter Coffee Finance signing off.